Go back. Yeah, go back.
There it is.
That's it. That's it.
Or did 3 brought me in, but it's all good.
It must be so nice for Jordan to kick out the open teammates in that green.
I'll switch to your spot.
There it is.
Does ball movement.
Let's go, Danny.
Let's go.
Danny the GOAT.
There you go. Fire that.
Good shot.
That's it.
The green bean.
Good shot.
Kick left corner.
Let's go. Good shot.
Yes. What a shot. What a shot.
Deadeye, 16-8. Let's go. Good defense. Oh.
That's good defense.
On the banks of the Great Salt Lake, that's the... And welcome to 2K Sports for another edition of NBA basketball. With So the opening lineup here for the Clippers. George and Kawhi, the talented forward pair. James... Harden out there with Norman Powell. And it's Zubac in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And for the Jazz, we've got George. Also Colin Sexton out there. Walker Kessler out there with Lauri Markkanen. And it's Hendricks in at the power forward position. Well, we're early in the season, but some teams are really struggling. Brent, is it too early to hit the panic button?
Well, for most teams, absolutely. You got to let your guys gel and figure out their role. Building teams takes time. But, B.A., there are a few teams that might want to hammer that panic button.
Here's Powell. On the wing, Harden. George defending. Harden, the pass to Zubac. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. All right, Grant, talking about Ivica Zubac. What do you like most about his game?
Well, just his defensive presence. He's willing to challenge shots at the rim, refusing to give anything easy.
They get so much effort and energy from Zubac, especially on the glass, Brent.
Well, he's the kind of guy, B.A., I don't think any other opponent wants to face on a given night. A relentless big man that's physical, that plays around the rim, that doesn't mind contact. This guy's willing to sacrifice his body every minute he's on the floor.
And that one's good. Markkanen.
A growing aspect of George's game. He's working to become a strong facilitator.
Leonard looking around. To the middle. Clock at 6. Here's George. They get the rebound. Zubac misses the baby hook.
Perfect timing to rise up and challenge the shot inside.
Yeah, not easy to do there, and that's a guy that you can tell takes every possession defensively very seriously.
Takes a 13-footer. Not going to go that time. Oh, great D that time from Powell. Here's Leonard. And it's good. 2 points.
The wingspan of Kawhi is a bit sneaky, longer than you think. Makes him effective down low.
George passes to Kessler. Sexton against Powell. Sexton misses.
Defense as tough as it comes right there. He's a hard man to deny when he gets the ball to the rim.
Nice shot by Harden.
And Paul George, a gifted passer at his size. He can see anywhere on the floor.
It's Markkanen on the wing. That's tipped. Here's Leonard. It's rebounded by Hendricks. And so George will bring it up for Utah. Trailing by 2. This game against Los Angeles here. Their first look at the Clippers. Sexton passes to George. And he lobs it up to the rim. Shot clock at 6. And that'll be Utah's ball as it goes out of bounds. Jazz able to keep possession. First quarter of play, and we're about 3 minutes in. Clock is at 3.
And people have criticized Harden for his defense before. But the truth is, he's showing tons of improvement in this area.
Here's Powell. Laid tied it in with a nice touch off the window.
And he gives up some size inside, but makes a great adjustment on the finish.
Yeah, the big man not going to slow him down from getting that deuce.
Timeout called, the Jazz. When it comes to the Utah Jazz, it's evident that they are in rebuild mode, Grant.
Yeah, you know, B.A., after trading away both Rudy Gobert and Donovan Mitchell in the summer of 22, the Jazz are focused on starting new and building a team with young talent.
And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in this first quarter. To the left wing. George passes to Markkanen. And another miss by Utah. The Clippers have gone 3 of 6 from the floor. And George gets it to go on the assist from Powell.
Staying strong when dealing with that contact. Nice work from PG.
Harden against George. Pass to Kessler. Here's Hendricks. No points yet. And here's Sexton. 4 on the clock. Over Powell. Sexton misses.
Well, that's a shot they want just about on every possession if they can get it. He doesn't make them all, but still very much a high percentage look.
Here's Powell. No good off the glass. Utah trailing here. George passes to Markkanen. Now here's George. Back to Kessler. Pass to Hendricks. To win the run. The shot comes out. Oh, solid D from Leonard. The Clippers have gone 4 of 8 and looking in control. Ooh, and Leonard throws it down.
What a powerhouse move from Kawhi, getting right to the rim.
Timeout called, the Jazz. When you think about Paul George, still regarded as an elite two-way player, Brent.
Yeah, you get that dynamic play on the offensive end where he's capable of 35 points any given night, but defensively shutting down a team's perimeter all-star, that is rarefied air for a star player in this league.
Taking a look back at last season, the team leaders in rebounding. Number 5, the Jazz.
Their effort on the boards was a point of pride for them. They play a physical style, and it served them well.
George passes to Markkanen. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Lauri Markkanen. That's his first foul.
And this kind of selflessness is great to see. Textbook positioning to draw the charge.
For Los Angeles, they've gone 5 of 9 from the floor. Powell outside. Leonard on the wing. George outside. Back to Leonard. Shoots from the baseline. Another miss. He's 2 for 4.
Well, that's just enough defensive pressure on him to throw off that shot. I bet he gets a good look at it next time and hits it.
You know, when analyzing the game of Colin Sexton, this is a guy who can score from all 3 levels, Grant.
You know, this is what his team has asked him to do, to be aggressive on offense and to shoot the ball with confidence too, B.A.
Looks like this could be a bounce-back year for the Clippers, Brent, after they were knocked out early last season.
Yeah, you just shake your head and you think about this team not being healthy and how far they could go. That's part of it, right? No PG or Kawhi late in the series. They're looking for some redemption this year, and you feel like it's their last shot.
Knocks it down from distance. And the Clippers with the ball. 6-point game. Harden with it. 15 in his last outing. Going inside. Here's Zubac. Kessler with a rebound. Utah's gone 1 for 3 from beyond the arc. Harden against George. The ball's knocked loose. Powell with a steal. Pass to Leonard. And the dunk by Leonard.
It felt like Powell had the shot, but good job of feeding the open man.
The Jazz have gone only 3 for 9 from the floor. George passes to Kessler. George against Harden. George drives in, and George with the jam.
A dynamic finish, then decides to hang out a little for good measure.
Yep, that's the exclamation point right there. For 3, Powell. He's looking good. 2 buckets and 3 attempts.
Norman Powell really knocking it down here and hurting this team from distance.
Here's Hendricks. Leonard defending. Sexton passes to Markkanen. It's rebounded by George.
I love how they've attacked the boards here in the first quarter.
Here's Leonard. Ooh, and Leonard throws it down.
They've controlled the paint so far. That's been the difference.
Yeah, the bully ball tonight has paid dividends. Highly effective down there with the physical play.
George feels it out a bit. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
I mean, he's lost the ball 3 times already. Where's his focus? The screener was leaning a bit right there. His feet may not have been planted. Pretty obvious call by the officials.
Gotta hold firm or you're going to get a call.
Now here's George. Not a lot of room. And again, it's the Clippers.
Man, he's bringing the energy, the efficiency. I love what he's doing offensively.
Collins passes to Horton Tucker. And another miss by Utah.
I don't know if you can credit the defense for that. It was just a missed opportunity.
It's George on the wing, defended by Horton Tucker. Here's Leonard, and the dunk by Leonard.
Boy, I like their energy coming in. Terrific execution so far.
Well, if there were 4 or 5 boxes to check in terms of the game plan tonight, they might have checked 6. I mean, they're doing everything out there.
Powell against Clarkson. Just 5 on the clock. Horton Tucker on the wing. Ooh, he can't stop the run as that misses. It's George on the wing, defended by Horton Tucker. Now here's George, coming off a solid outing against Sacramento. And the dunk by Leonard.
Well, part of the game plan was to neutralize the crowd. And guess what? Mission accomplished.
Always a good sign of maturity and steps forward when you can take this kind of effort, focus, and concentration on the road to get a win.
George against Harden. On the wing, Clarkson hasn't got one to fall yet. And the officials will call the illegal screen here.
That's 4 turnovers for them in this one. Just lazy play early.
It's been all Clippers. Leonard on the wing. Collins defending. Pass to Powell. Knocked away.
Watch the screen.
2 minutes remaining in the first. 2 minutes.
No good on the shot. Ooh, nice D from George.
The way they've gotten after rebounds has been impressive.
With some arc. The putback. Kicks it out to Collins. Over Leonard. To end the drought. Kessler with a bucket.
You don't want to ever give up points on the boards. That's the lesson for the team there. That's a hustle play to save points.
Here's Harden. And he converts the layup. Harden's gotten his 2nd bucket.
You know, they're really being bullied right now defensively. 8 of the last 10 points have come from the inside.
Rejected by George.
Known as a tough defender, George, so good at reading shooters and getting to those shot attempts.
Building a big advantage early with a terrific all-around performance.
Well, if I was baking up a lead, I'd add 2 ingredients. One would be playing smart. The other one, playing selfless. They've done that tonight. Serve it up.
All right, the Jazz making a change here. Dunn's checked in. Dunn, the pass to Kessler. Dunn outside. Pass to Clarkson. Fires the three. It's rebounded by Zubats. Zubats has got rebound number 7 tonight. George with it. Dunn in his pocket. George passes to Zubats. Tries again. Out to Powell.
Come get it.
Now here's Zubats. Defended by Horton Tucker. And Zubats with the basket on the assist from Powell. Powell's got 3 assists tonight.
An outstanding first quarter from the field.
Now here's George. Tightly guarded. Oh, and makes it with the kiss. George has got 6.
And their offensive game plan is clear. Get it inside and go to work.
Clarkson outside. Pass to Horton Tucker. Shoots over George. That misses. Would have counted had it gone. And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers. A huge 24-point lead for them. Their defensive efforts have paid off, effectively shutting. We welcome you back to second quarter action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And guys, we've seen a confident-looking Clippers team out there.
Well, you have to credit their effort on the defensive end. It set the tone for this contest.
Yeah, defense has been infectious here as everybody stepping up aggressively on that end.
We've got Colin Sexton. He's out there with Chris Dunn. Lauri Markkanen out there with John Collins. And it's Hendricks in at the 4-man position. That's the 5 on the floor for the Jazz. And Powell with the stuff.
How about Norman Powell and his vertical prowess there?
Well, the Jazz shooting a poor 25% for this game so far. Now Dunn, still without a bucket. Outside Sexton. Here's Collins. It's not going to go for him. Great D that time from Zubats.
I'll tell you what, they've rebounded the ball tremendously well.
Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Well, Brian, in his 10th season in the league, Mason Plumlee started shooting left-handed. He said, quote, "It felt good changing, and the more I practice, it just shored up my decision. It's about the result, and I'm happy I made the change. I don't even question it, and that's where I like to be." Brian?
Well, it's working for him, whatever he's doing. Allie, good stuff there. Thank you. That one goes. Count it.
And Markkanen should do that more. He's got the height to survey the defense and try to find the open man.
Markkanen against George. To the paint. Leonard's shot's good. Leonard's got 19 points.
That's been the story of their offense so far, getting a number of looks from point-blank range.
For Utah, they've gone just 1 of 3 to begin the second quarter. Things just don't seem to be clicking for them offensively.
Yeah, they really need to find a way to get back on track.
Dunn goes in. Here's Collins. And he battles for the ball, gets the second chance bucket.
Yeah, that's where John Collins sets up shop down in the paint, quick and athletic, able to corral the miss.
And he's going for the lob.
We've seen that more than once today. An effortless basket inside.
The Jazz have gotten 2 of 5 shots to fall this second quarter. And Grant, despite the lack of a superstar offensive weapon, the Jazz, one of the more efficient offenses.
Yeah, B.A. In 2 areas where they separate themselves, they shoot a ton of threes, and they do a really good job tracking down those long rebounds on the offensive glass.
George against Markkanen. Lets it fly. The bank shot, no good. For Utah, they've got 3 of 6 shots to go here in the second quarter. Dunn, the pass to Collins. Back to Dunn. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up.
That's his first.
It's going to be on Ivica Zubats.
Man, he just powered through contact trying to complete the play.
And Grant, players often looking to exaggerate contact. You like the new idea to call techs for flopping?
You know, B.A., it's even better than the fines they did in the past and posting it online. I mean, with the tech, now it's hurting you on the court. So if you ask me, it's long overdue.
George, no good.
His touches left him in this quarter. Nowhere close to the kind of output they need from him.
Sexton goes in, and it's rejected.
Terrific defense from Zubac. His team relies on him to help alter shots.
Leonard. Yes, and it's George picking up the assist. George has got assist number 11 for him here tonight. All right, well, a look at how the hustle game has been going for the Clippers.
Well, their length and anticipation reflected in their shot blocking totals, making the extra effort to close things out.
They've done a great job tonight of getting out in transition, so that focus on fast break, that'll add to your total in a hurry.
And Utah has possession. Powell with it, picked up by Sexton. George, right side. The fader, and again, it's the Clippers converting.
What a performance on the offensive end. He's making the defenders pay right now for all of the mistakes they're making.
Marketing outside. 4-3. It's hauled in by the Clippers.
They really have a commanding lead, not just in points, but in rebounds as well.
George with the bucket.
Their success from mid-range has really set them apart today.
Utah's gone 1 of 2 from deep in the second quarter. Collins passes to Sexton. And he got the whistle on the way up, so he'll be headed to the line for a pair.
His first personal foul.
Sexton, not one of the bigger guards in the league, but he plays with tremendous tenacity.
George, he's checked in 4 done. All right, both free throws good from Sexton.
And give them credit for making a more concerted effort to get to the line this quarter.
Outside Harden, it's Powell on the wing. George outside, over Markkanen. Here's Zubac. Collins with the defensive effort.
Teammates right now covering up for the type of off performance he's having. In terms of scoring, this has not been his best night.
Boy, left it right in the sweet spot with the lob. Nicely done.
Collins now creating some problems down low with his length.
Harden, the pass to George. And George with the jam.
He is torching a defense that simply has no answers for him.
And here's George. No luck on that one. Oh, excellent D there from Harden. The Clippers have gotten 8 of 13 shots to fall in the second quarter. Blocked! Here's Markkanen. 10 points for him. George outside. Pass to Hendricks. There's the 3. Sends it home from three-point land. Hendricks has got his first 3 points of the game.
Yeah, every coach wants assisted buckets. Guys like George, they move the ball.
Sexton against Powell. And stolen by Sexton. Markkanen outside. From downtown, it's hauled in by the Clippers. Zubac has got 13 rebounds in the game. Glass eating. Powell passes to George. Six to shoot. Cash money from 16 feet away. George has got 16 points.
And very few teams rely on mid-range jumpers nowadays, but that's been their preferred way of finding points.
Here's George. Good work defensively by Leonard.
And right now, they're +8 in the rebounding category. That's helping them run away with this.
Fades. And again, it's the Clippers converting.
Just how awesome is it to watch the best of the best start to dominate in a game.
Collins passes to Sexton. Shoots over Zubats. Markkanen's got room. It's rebounded by Zubats. Zubats has got 15 rebounds here tonight.
Well, if he's going to keep shooting, they've got to run some plays for him. Screens, pick and rolls, anything they can do to get him started.
The rebound by Markkanen.
Hard to convert against that kind of defensive pressure.
Those are all the little things about effort there. He just gets out there and contests, and that's just enough.
Lowry, Markkanen.
Leonard outside. Powell right side. The three ball. Oh, and another three for the Clippers.
Great job by Norman Powell off the catch.
And so George will bring it up for the Utah Jazz. Those 2014 NBA Finals featured tons of Hall of Famers. Tim Duncan, LeBron, D. Wade.
And maybe the guy who was unintroduced but now introduced as one in Kawhi Leonard. Man, he just stole the show, winning the series MVP. Did an unreal job on LeBron defensively. Shot 58% from three. What an all-time two-way performance, PA. 7 feet, really good at shooting the basketball. A decent handle. Lauri Markkanen starts to tinker on that unicorn category.
Kessler, he's checked in for Utah. Clarkson comes in for Sexton. Harden, the pass to George. And he'll draw the foul. He'll head to the line for two. It's on Lauri Markkanen.
The length and the athleticism combination of Paul George is very hard to guard.
Paul George.
First one falls for him. There are so many different ways to build a team, Brent. Making trades, you can use the draft, there's free agency. What do you think is the best route?
Well, BA, the one critical thing that we need to talk about is what market are we in? And that will start to restrict the ways that, or enhance the ways that you can build your team. For those LA teams and the New York teams, it's probably free agency. Memphis, OKC, San Antonio, you absolutely have to hit home runs in the draft.
Fires top of the key, and he buries that one. Back rim and in. George has got 22 points.
Paul George doesn't mind tight defense. I think he can get around them, and he maintains some great ball handling mechanics, even with the guy in his face.
Here's George. Oh, a clear foul there on the missed shot. So he'll get a pair at the line. That's good from George.
And there's no question George can fill it up. For him, it's about focusing on shooting good percentages.
Here's Harden. And he banks in the layup. Harden's gotten his third basket of the night.
And just totally relentless, only increasing the intensity level.
Yeah, he's the guy that you want to go to right now, trying to put this one away.
Clarkson for three. It's good. Set up beautifully by George. George has got his fourth assist with that last one. Leonard outside. Back to Harden. Three-pointer. Utah with the rebound. Kessler's got 4 rebounds now. Utah's got 3 of 5 to fall from beyond the three-point line in the second. Markkanen, the pass to George. Back to Markkanen. Shot clock at 3. That shot, no good. Great D that time from Zubats. George against George. Pass to Leonard. Jacks up a 3. And the three-pointer goes. Leonard's got 24.
Yep, Leonard can do this. He can just take over a game offensively.
Collins passes to Clarkson. From deep. Kicks it out to Markkanen. Launches it. Pure from three-point range. Markkanen's got 17 points.
It feels like the other four guys have disappeared at this point. He wants to be the one to get them back.
Powell passes to Harden. Shoots over George. And Harden gets it to go on the assist from Powell. Harden's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Yeah, that soft touch that Harden has on his shot makes hitting a mid-range J look so simple.
That's going to be over and back. Not watching the line on that one.
You have to limit mistakes. They're so tough to overcome.
Well, not making things easier on themselves right now, that's for sure.
Horton Tucker, he's checked in for Utah. Outside Harden. Pass to Zubac. George outside. From outside the arc. Utah with the rebound. Kessler's got 6 rebounds now in the game. George against Harden. George passes to Clarkson. George outside. And he lobs it up. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Zubac.
Almost had the steal. You have to love the pressure defense.
Yeah, pestering right now, and that's going to pay some dividends. At some point, there's going to be a turnover.
Easy look when the defender isn't fighting over the screen.
Yeah, the coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort. Burned on that one.
And so it's the Los Angeles.
Thanks so much, guys. Zoo, a strong first half for this team. What was the mindset that gave you guys the lead?
Thanks, Allie. After the break, we'll see you right back here to begin quarter number 3.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, basketball fans. What a pleasure it is to bring you into the 2K studios again. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. The story early on was Kawhi Leonard, who was on fire. He ended up with 24 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 assist. And taking a look at the Clippers, Kenny, what did you see out there?
They're going right to the rim, finishing every chance they get. The D was helpless trying to stop them and beating them inside. I love the relentlessness and the aggressive style. This is...
And that'll do it for us. The third...
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it's been a runaway. It's been one outstanding game from Kawhi Leonard.
I like how they control the tempo and play to his strengths.
Yeah, this is showing that they're not going to play at anybody else's pace but their own.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. And so in the game for the Clippers, George and Kawhi, the talented forward pair. Norman Powell out there with James Harden. And it's Zubac in at the 5 down low. Sexton looking around. And the foul called on Paul George. That'll be his second foul of the game.
First team foul.
George with it. Six on the shot clock. Outside for Sexton. There's the triple.
And Powell giving great effort here defensively.
And that's a foul called on Walker Kessler. That's foul number 2 for him. Los Angeles has gone 3 of 5 from the perimeter in this game. Harden finds Leonard. George outside. Over Markkanen. George, no good. And so George will bring it up for the Utah Jazz. Next up, they'll take on the Rockets at Toyota Center. It's a quick turnaround on the road. Just one game. Leonard passes to George. And if you're just joining us, we play just over a minute here in the third. George with another miss.
Coming out stone cold here. Sometimes the break will do that to you.
Pass to Markkanen. Here's Hendricks. George outside. From deep three-point range, the Jazz again can't hit. The Clippers have gone 0 for 3 to start the second half. It's George on the wing. It's guarded by Markkanen. Beyond the arc. George, that one's good. George has got 25 points in the game.
Man, he's been doing that for a long time. You just can't give George that kind of look.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
A new-look Jazz roster seemed primed for a rebuild, but they're winning games. Coach Will Hardy said, "I think it's amazing that this group has figured out a way to put personal agendas aside and go out and compete every night."
Well, he's been a big part of it, Allie. Thank you.
Well, there it is. 0 of 3 to start the half, and finally something finds its way through the net.
Markkanen against George. Over Markkanen. That doesn't go either for George.
Trying to get it going. Only 1 for 5 to start the second half.
Corner shot. And Markkanen gets it to go on the assist by George. He's got 24.
Just a lights-out shooter. Focus from Lowry is great.
George against Markkanen. Steps back and fires. And he hits the jump shot.